Hello bakers, and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Bake Off. Now if you missed last week's technical challenge of Jaffa cakes, the link for that is down below, but this week the contestants were asked to bake a batch of Viennese Whirl biscuits. The Viennese Whirl is another British classic, made up of sweet buttery biscuits, vanilla buttercream and strawberry jam. For the biscuits you'll need to sift 125 grams of plain flour, 25 grams of icing sugar and 25 grams of corn flour into your mixing bowl. Add in 125 grams of butter and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and mix on a slow speed. Now the trick here is to mix it so it's nice and smooth, but don't over mix it, as this might affect the nice crumbly texture of your biscuit. Draw circles onto pieces of parchment and use it to line your baking tray. Now as it's such a thick dough, I've gone for a fabric icing bag with a 1M star nozzle tip. This is because we don't want to risk a plastic bag bursting. You can find out some other icing bag tips from Bradley's Baking Basics in the links below. Pipe rosettes onto your baking sheets and then bake the biscuits at 190 degrees Celsius for 13 minutes. Once done, allow to cool slightly on the tray and then move onto a wire rack to cool completely. For the buttercream filling, I've used our simple buttercream base from Bradley's Baking Basics. The full video recipe for that is down below, but I've used 100 grams of icing sugar, 50 grams of butter and a small splash of vanilla extract. You can spoon your filling onto the biscuits if it's easier, but I've chosen to pipe it on to make sure we get a nice even layer. Pipe strawberry jam onto half of your biscuits and then pipe buttercream onto the other half. Sandwich your biscuits together and then your Viennese Whirls are good to go. Well there you go, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Behind the Bake Off. If you did, make sure you subscribe and I'll see you next week.